Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are going to talk about all the new goodies that got reviewed a few days ago with Pokemon Direct to celebrate Pokemon's 25th anniversary. And oh boy, I'm sure you clicked on this because of the title. But yeah, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the games that were released and what I think about it and what I'm going to speculate for in the upcoming future. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. Okay, yeah. So let's just get this out of the way, I guess. So I am not a fan of the Diamond and Pearl remake. I think a lot of people share the same sort of sentiment that I do. I'm just not a fan of the chibi art style. I liked it in ORAS. Now, here's the thing. People are going to come for me. People are going to call me hypocritical. I don't care. But I loved ORAS. I really did. And I know it was controversial at the time. I feel like every Pokemon game is controversial when they first announce it. But I really liked ORAS. And I don't mind that kind of chibi art style because it still felt like I guess it was similar to X and Y graphics, but it felt like Pokemon was changing and progressing, and I'm someone who doesn't really mind that. I'm not really nostalgic when it comes to Pokemon because, again, it's like what they could do at the time with the games and with the sprites, and do I miss the variety of sprites? No, definitely, but I think that's like a separate conversation. I know they keep, I know they keep reusing sprites in the current model that they have, and, you know, that's the whole other thing. But at least it's like a art style that's more progressive, right? And I don't know about the chibi thing. Like they just look goofy. I can't take it seriously. And I know Pokemon's not even that big, like that serious of a game. I know it's not intended to be, but like it's just not for me. I don't think I'm gonna spend money on it. I do understand like where they're coming from in terms of business strategy, and I had to sit down and think about it. And like I've been watching a bunch of other videos of people breaking down their thoughts about the new games that were released, and basically with like I guess it was 15 years ago or something like that, where the first Diamond and Pearl games came out. And I am coming to the terms with the fact that I am old and I'm old as dirt. And it's hard for me to put myself in this mindset, but there's people who are alive nowadays who have literally never played Diamond and Pearl, and that just kind of shakes me to my core. So I think like an honest remake is good for those players. I think this game is meant for newer players or people who haven't played in a long time. The same way that Pokemon Go caters to a certain audience, the same way Let's Go Even Pikachu is meant to bridge the gap with the audiences. I think this game is intended for that. Hence the very like cutesy sort of graphics to like pull in kids who have never played Diamond and Pearl before because they don't even know what a DS is, and that really dates me. But that's the honest to God truth, and again, that's not meant for me. So I'm not gonna get too mad about it. I'm not going to spend too much money on it. Sinnoh, again, I'm going to get a lot of hate because I know everybody's on the Sinnoh train right now. It is not my favorite region. I find Sinnoh to be lackluster, in my opinion. Or I remember playing Pearl and not really enjoying it all that much. So it's just not my cup of tea. So I wouldn't throw my money in a game that's a true remake, personally. If they had like different storylines, or if they had like ORAS had the Delta episode, it had Mega Evolution, it had all these new mechanics in it, which made me want to buy it even more. Now I already like Hoenn, so I probably would get it, but I just don't see I don't see the justification and spending money on this game that I already know what's going to happen. I'm old enough to have been there, done that. And I think a lot of Pokemon fans who are like me and who've kept up with the franchise so far, even into their adulthood, kind of feel the same way, regardless of the art style or not. It's not my taste, and I think a lot of people had that feeling too. But some people really like it. Some people really like the art style. It does look very much like the original games or like the vintage games. I don't know, something feels off for me. Like, I don't know if it's the contrast. Like, I think Barry's a good example. Like, his hair is just I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some line work. I know Pokemon doesn't put any really heavy I mean, they have contrast, but they don't have lines. I know they got away from that, but like I feel like there's just something missing here. And again, I'm not an artist or anything, but I do know visually what I like and what I don't like, and like that's just not it for me, Chief. So yeah, am I gonna buy these like true remakes of Sinnoh? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, fam. I'm just not. Moving on to like Pokemon Snap. Now, when this first said it was coming out, I was really excited because again, this is a remake that I feel like could be successful just because it's been so long, right? It's been so long since anyone's played Pokemon Snap. I'll put the years up there because again, I don't want to date myself, but this was when I was a kid. I think visually this game's really pretty and has the potential to be really fun, especially if you're somebody who's a casual player too, or if you're just here for the collecting mechanic. I feel like you would really enjoy this. I feel like they have enough like that light ball mechanic or something to be able to take cute pictures. I think that would be interesting. I know Pokemon Snap did have that like social media mechanic to it, or at least that, and I think they put that in Sun and Moon. I feel like they did with like the Pikachu Park or something. You could like take pictures. I feel like this really speaks to especially to kids nowadays because like kids are they grew up with social media. Like I grew up on the onset of the internet and when things were still really experimental and weird, and nowadays I feel like kids who grow up on the online or on the internet are more socially aware and socially conscious about things like social standing. And I feel like the pressure to fit in or to gain followers and things like that is really heavy on kids' minds, for good or for bad. That's a whole other video. But I feel like that's a mechanic that they can really connect to. So I feel like, I feel like kids would find this too, but not in the same way where it's like necessarily specifically designed for them, because again, this is a remake that hasn't been touched on in a very long time. And I feel like if you want like a cool side game to play, if you're interested in things like Pokemon Dungeon, or if you like some of the side games in general, I feel like this would be a good fit for you. Am I going to spend my money on it? I'm not really sure as of right now. I mean, I don't have a huge desire to play this myself, but I do appreciate that this is here. Like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, and I really hope like in this video I don't come off as ungrateful because we're having 3 games in a span of like a year and a half. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I don't want to appear ungrateful. I'm just telling you guys what I would spend money on and what I won't, as me, as Cassidy, as this human being, not your human being. But like again, if you want to buy any of these games, that's all on you, you know. Okay, and finally, we are going to talk about this beautiful thing right here. I am so excited for this. This is what made the Pokemon video direct announcement, whatever, for me. And yes, of course, I'm talking about Pokemon Legends, and then I think it's like Legends Legends Arceus or Arceus. I say Arceus. I don't know if that's technically right or not, but that's what I'm going to say in this video. And oh my god, so this I feel like is experimental for them. I don't think that Pokemon, because rewind. Everybody's been talking about how they want a real overworld RPG of Pokemon games. They want like a Breath of the Wild Zelda type feel, and I feel like this is like a carbon copy of Breath of the Wild. I feel like everybody's been saying that, but visually it looks very similar. And the fact that you're doing those Link barrel rolls are just nuts to me. I never thought I would ever see a Pokemon character or a Pokemon, main character be able to do that. So that's really interesting. I am all for experimental things. I feel like, yeah, it's fun to rehash things and things that if you keep doing remakes, of course, they will sell, but I'm somebody who really values innovation. And so send me any weird gimmick my way. I'll take Dynamaxing, I'll take Mega Evolutions, I'll take Z Crystals. Like, I'll take anything because I want to experiment, right? So yeah, this game looks so cool. So not just visually, I think it's really cool, but the concept's going to be super interesting. I don't really know or fully understand if this is meant to be like just a side game series, because a lot of people have speculated it's going to be a series. Even my husband, who doesn't really pay attention to Pokemon, was like, yeah, this is looks like the beginning of a series. But yeah, I don't think these are meant to be necessarily main games, and if they are, I think it'll probably depend on sales if Pokemon was to push this narrative or not. Either way, it feels like the XD Gale of Darkness type thing or Pokemon Coliseum type thing. Those are my favorite Pokemon games ever made, and I'm hoping that the same sort of creativity from those projects is put into this one. Again, you've probably seen the direct if you're watching this video, but if you haven't, this is a game that takes place in Sinnoh's long ago in Sinnoh's past, where you're creating the first ever Pokedex. A lot of people have said that this takes place in feudal Japan. I watched a video recently from Loxton. I'll put this channel up there. I love all of his videos. I'm an avid subscriber. I think if you like any of the content I make, you're going to love his content. He's so much more talented than I will ever be. But Loxton made a video that basically argued that it's not feudal Japan and it's actually industrial Japan, which comes in the Meiji period. So yeah, that's just technicalities. But basically it's just set in old-timey Japan. And you are from this village and you kind of go out in the wilderness and try to fill up the Pokedex. And the one thing I've seen people kind of be anxious about, if there is any criticism to this game, is that they feel like it looks really empty, or that they hope that there is some storyline to it and it's not just like a pure collecting mechanic. I feel like, I mean, and I don't know how Zelda goes. I don't play Zelda. I'm really sorry. But I feel like it's one of those things. How I see it, it's going to be one of those games where you go around discovering achievements and unlocking things, if that makes sense. So maybe if you catch a certain amount of water Pokemon, some area opens up, or if you catch like all the Pokemon in that region, then the other region will expand upon. It's going to have some sort of like side quest thing that'll make you go that way. Also, it's like, I feel like there's so much wiggle room with things they could do with the fact that this is like pre-industrial or industrial Japan. So normally, like, your Pokedex automatically registers the Pokemon once you catch it. I would like to see, personally, even though this could be annoying to some other players, I would love to see them, like, put limits, like a 6 Pokemon party, right? But, like, you have to go back to the town and present the Pokemon to the professor in real time and in person to be able to store them there, as opposed to just, like, having everything work electronically and send them to some computer. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like maybe he's the one that unlocks achievements for you, or maybe he's the one that sends you on quests, whoever this professor is. I feel like that would be more true to the storyline, and even though it could be like a tedious thing and maybe they write in some other mechanic that's easier, I feel like that would add more validity to the story and kind of make it more immersive, I think. That, or, you know, some people are like, well, maybe there's other towns, and so you travel to other towns, and I would hope there would be other towns, but it seems like this island is pretty desolate, I guess, or like maybe that's the vibe I got from it. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I'm really excited for this. I definitely feel like this is geared more towards like traditional fans who've been complaining about like the lack of changes in recent Pokemon games. And the mechanics of it, and it's feeling too hand-holdy. I feel like this would be their chance to really kind of push that and appease Pokemon fans who have been here for like 25 years, you know, like myself. That's just my opinion, although do I think that necessarily limits you from playing this game? No, I think you could probably still enjoy it even if you're not like a long-term fan of this franchise. I think you could definitely pick it up. It seems easy enough, and maybe this is a way for people who play other sorts of video games, like Zelda, to kind of come over and dip their toes into Pokemon as well. Like, I'm just thinking about this from, like, a marketing perspective, which is what I tend to do. So, yeah, I think it's really cool. I'm really excited for it. The outfits, though, I just gotta say, on point. I love it. I know, like, I don't know how many other people pay attention to these things, but I think this is the cutest outfit that Pokemon's ever put out. I think it's in real timing with the area. I love it. I love it to death. So, yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I think it's really interesting, too. I know they brought in other starters from different regions to be your starter in this game. And, of course, I don't think it's any secret which one I'll be picking. But, yeah, I kind of was thinking about that, and I wanted to do another video, and I'll probably do another video here soon about, like, why those stars were chosen specifically and how that can fit. I have an idea going around in my head, kind of thinking about the final evolutions and, like, how they fit into the area, but it's a little incomplete right now, so I'll put that video out when I get everything kind of boggled in here. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. So basically, the only game I'm interested in really buying is the Pokemon Legends. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know. It's just again, Sinnoh's not my favorite region. I think the Pokemon themselves are cute. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's layout or what. I hate rotation battles. That could stay. I don't need any of that in my life. But yeah, they're just not my favorite games, and I know that's controversial right now, but like that's the case. So yeah, I'm not gonna get the remakes and Pokemon Snap. Like maybe if I feel like playing it, but if I have to pay the same price as a full fledged game like Sword and Shield, I don't know if it's worth it in my opinion, just for me and like what I like. But the last one definitely, 100 times, yeah. Like I would probably buy that multiple times, because I'm somebody who's interested in Pokemon lore. I'm interested in the history of it and like the bits and chunks of pieces of dialogue you get from NPCs and trying to put that together and do a lot of world building, which I feel like Pokemon is good at as a brand. So I'm really excited to see what they put out with this, and where it's going to take us, just because it is so new. And I hopefully it's a step in the right direction. And all the people who didn't buy Sword and Shield forever for whatever reason, for like the whole lack of like, oh well, you could do more on the Switch now. I hope this appeases you and gets you back into the franchise. If not, I don't know what will. But yeah, those are my opinions on the new games that were released. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And if so, just let me know in the comments down below. I really want to have discussions on this. Like I said, I've been seeing stuff thrown around online, but this is just my turn to kind of sit down and give you guys my opinions. I know I haven't been online in a while, but I've been kind of waiting for this kind of stuff to kind of pop up and then come back with a vengeance. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, thanks. Bye!